My name is Amanda and I'm part of the Woodlands churches.
My name's Sophie and I've known Amanda for 5 years. We met at our local toddlers group.
Our friendship grew from there really, and having not invited anybody to church things before, I was really pleased when Sophie was able to come to the Christmas carol service at Woodlands in 2008.
I really didn't have any idea of what to expect, and so was amazed both at the sort of beauty of the building and all the candles. It had a real sort of impact, and then the warm welcome that Amanda's friends extended to me as well instantly sort of put me at my ease. And the actual service was like nothing I'd ever known before. I felt really uplifted, and I had been used to my childhood a sort of small village church and really hadn't experienced any sort of worship that connected sort of at a heart level. And I came away from the Christmas service just thinking it had been wonderful, and I'd had an experience of something that I'd never had before. As the year progressed, the next year progressed, Amanda invited me to attend Sunday evening church services, and I just loved it. Again, just the sort of the style and the content, I instantly sort of connected at a heart level, and I just knew that my spiritual life was awakening in me at a real level, and I wanted more.
After Sophie had been coming to Woodlands in the evening for a year or so, another Alpha course came up, and we realised that this was a good opportunity to perhaps learn a bit more about different subjects and consolidate a little bit about what Sophie had been hearing about at church. And so we were able to go on the one in the autumn, and it was a great experience, not least because it was just something else in our social calendar that we could do as friends, getting away from the house and going out and having a nice supper with the Alpha group, and then having the chats in small groups.
It turned out to be a great experience, both at a sort of social level. There were really nice people and it was very easy, and there were great conversations going on and a nice meal. And then at a spiritual level, there was the opportunity to really discuss what were the thorny questions for me, and it was so helpful having a spectrum of answers, and I could debate within the class, which is really important for me because I had a real sort of need to square my faith intellectually. I had probably quite a defensive reaction to some of the answers that were posed to my questions, and that's probably a reflection of the fact that I wasn't sort of ready to leap in feet first at that point. So it was a really useful experience for me. When I first did the Alpha course, I missed the Holy Spirit Day. So a year later, Amanda and I had the chance to do the Holy Spirit Day together. By that time, I'd been attending Woodlands for a couple of years. And really, that was the significant day for me in my journey. The thing that Dave said that really resonated with me was that meeting Jesus can be a love at first sight thing, or it can be like a slow burn romance, and you might build up a friendship and then very gradually over time you realise you've fallen in love. And that's when I realised it hit me. That's what it was for me. I had been slowly building my confidence, allowing myself the time and the space to work out whether this was going to be the thing that I could commit to. And then finally on the Holy Spirit Day, everything just fell into place for me.
It's been completely amazing to have not only developed a very, very precious friendship with Sophie, but to have been one of the people that God has used in bringing Sophie to have a relationship with him, and that's been a real honour and a privilege, and has built my spiritual life up enormously. It's been hard at times, it's been exhausting in terms of the amount of emotional energy you put in it, but it's been, so worth it. And we would have been friends regardless of this, but this has just added a real extra dimension to our friendship that has just been brilliant.
Amanda's probably the most amazing friend I've ever had in that respect. I don't get all emotional now. It really is the most amazing friendship at all dimensions, and it makes you realise how special it is to have somebody who has just sort of shared each aspect of life with me.
I found it initially a difficult thing to do, showing my faith. I don't feel that I'm particularly eloquent at doing that. But I truly believe that God has been in it from the start, from our very first meeting in a gloomy village hall, and I just feel very honoured to have been one of the people that God has used over the last few years to have, brought Sophie into a relationship with him, and it's been very special, and we've had loads of fun along the way. Stop watering.